Hey guys, Bryce Tubbs here. Today I just want to talk about how to go and get clients utilizing LinkedIn. I created a Google document to kind of organize my thoughts and make sure I don't miss out on anything because there's a lot. I made a video a little while ago talking about like how I utilize LinkedIn to go get clients for my accounting and slash bookkeeping business. And a number of people reached out to me on Facebook with like some follow-up questions. So most people get like really confused when it comes to LinkedIn since it's very different from like Facebook. And Facebook is where traditionally people are very comfortable, trying to get clients. So when they try and make that, jump and that transition, they open up LinkedIn. They feel it's very cold and very intimidating just because it's like a business site and it's kind of like stuffy. So most people avoid it like the plague and leave a huge amount of money on the table. So I decided to film a super in-depth video to help you face your fear and start getting clients utilizing LinkedIn. So, who am I and why can this video help you? So, currently, I run a six-figure accounting and bookkeeping business. I started back in 2015, and then also currently we've helped over 175 students start and grow their either accounting or bookkeeping businesses inside of our mentorship program. And even further, if you want help growing your income so you can live a life of freedom without having to go through a lot of like the different challenges and struggles that most people face, go ahead and click on the link inside of the description either above or below the video to book a call with me and see if I can help you out. So let's dive into this video. So the first thing you need to do on LinkedIn, okay, is to have a very clear and strong profile. So most people take this step for granted and go straight to try and find clients. Like I did that when I first got started, and this caused you to have like potential clients see your profile, but they don't really get on the phone with you. So I think inside of this video, I'll show like a couple different things. I'll show like one of my profiles. I'll show one of my students' profiles, and just kind of share like the different variations between them and why we have them each the way we have them. So if you ever look at like my profile, let me see. I paused my computer screen so you guys can kind of see it. If you ever look at like my profile, my social media is a little bit different because I do have two businesses. So a lot of stuff you see is like for like the mentorship program. And then underneath, whenever we're doing like referrals, we have, for me, for example, it's Ann Arbor Accounting Strategy, we call them in the local area. And it has basically everything about my accounting firm. So it shows all different experiences. And the way we've kind of written this profile, we've written this experience section, gives a lot of information to the potential client about like, how reputable we are, how much we can actually help them, like what are the different services levels that we do. But the first thing starts with the profile. Someone who's a good example of, let me see, someone who's a good example of like someone who's only doing accounting and bookkeeping, one of my students named Audrey. So this is how she kind of structures her profile. If you want, like after you watch the video, you can go like look up her profile too and just kind of see how she structured it. Because it's a little bit different than how I structure mine, but it's kind of following the same template that we utilize inside of the training program. Video, let me go back to my document. Cool. So the first thing you need to do is have a very clear and strong profile. Like most people will take a step for granted. Like, do not take this step for granted. If you just go and you're like, just trying to get people to like, want to work with you, but your profile is terrible, has no information about you. There's nothing showing that you actually have helped people out in the past. You have no work experience on it. People are going to just kind of ignore it, or they won't really trust you enough to move forward. Okay. The biggest thing when it comes to LinkedIn is trust. Okay. We'll talk more about like why trust is so important. Now, if you have to make a new account because maybe you don't want to commingle with your personal life, you can make a new personal account that you can use only for business. So I would not create a business page. Okay, business pages get lower engagement, and you can't reach out to people if they respond to you, or if they like if they say something on like one of your posts, you can't reach out to them. You can only respond to messages that people send to your business. So it's a lot harder for you to like make some good traction, especially if you have a very small audience. If you already have like a good amount of people reaching out to you, it's okay. But like when you're first starting, like you're generally not gonna have enough inbound leads. Inbound means like people coming to you in order to like actually grow. So in order to have a great profile, you need like three basics. So you need a strong headline, you need a tactical about section, and a very descriptive experience section. So a good example of this, that's one of my students named Eileen. Let me see if I can pull up her profile. So strong tagline, Next thing is the about section, right? So like what to say, like for her, it's like how long has she been inside of the field? So if you don't have like 20 years in accounting or financing or finance experience, that's okay. Just talk about where do you have experience? Like, do you have admin experience? Do you have marketing? Like, how many years do you have of just corporate level of experience? Doesn't really matter if it's corporate accounting or if it's like you're in HR. It doesn't really matter. How many years of experience do you have? After that, like where do you want your clients to be located? For her, like her clients were all over the United States. What are like some technical skills you can use? And then like if you want to know how you can help like take how can someone take the next steps with you? Like if you have a website, you put the website link. I prefer to put like a calendar link. So if you look at like my profile or even Audrey's profile, let me see if I can pull those back up. Uh, let's like make a couple tabs. Yeah. Give me one second. My computer's moving a little slowly. Always move slowly when you're on camera. That's the one thing to know. So on hers a little bit different because she made like a what like a mini website that only has like a link to book a calendar or a book call on it. Mine is very similar where in the about section, my profile looks a little bit different because I have like this creator mode turned on, so it just allows me to like share videos a lot more effectively. Um, but for me, for example, I have like this link. Someone can literally go like highlight it and they can go and like paste it. Right? It automatically takes in my calendar and like book a call. And like as you start getting more and more people who are connecting with you who are like looking for your services, you're gonna start getting more and more people booking a call. Now don't feel bad if you don't have a huge amount of people booking a call with you. When you're starting out and you're trying to get to like 10K per month, you don't need a huge amount of volume of calls. You just need the right calls coming to you. So going back to this thing, so a profile should have a strong headline, tagline, should have a good about section. We kind of talked about what's inside of the account's about section. Next is the experience section. So this is more of an extended version of your about section. Okay, so you should use the extra space available to touch on more pain points, talk about yourself more, touch on why clients have chosen to work with you. And then like the next step is going to identify like who your targets are. Like if you don't know this, you're gonna get really overwhelmed by like the amount of business owners that are available to you. So let's kind of touch on that. So just a good example of this is like if you just go look at Eileen profile or whatever, her about section is extremely detailed. Again, how long you been inside the field? What service do you offer? Like hers is straight bookkeeping. She helps a little bit of like accounting and like CFO, but straight bookkeeping for the most part. What software she use and like how can you contact her for the next steps? In this case, she put email her. No right or wrong answer. You can either have them email you, you can have them click on one of your booking links, you can have them go to your website, you can have them send you a message. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just there's I prefer to do it like that because then I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just go book the call on my website, on my calendar. It's easier. So next step is to identify like who are your targets. Like if you don't know who you're gonna go after, like it's gonna be super overwhelming, right? Because there's 30.2 million business owners alone on LinkedIn inside the United States. That's a lot of people. How do you go and like distinguish like who are you supposed to be talking to? So like you can start asking yourself certain questions like, do you like certain niches? Now, if you don't have a niche and you're thinking about like joining my program, like you're like, I have to wait until I have like my own niche. That's not true at all. Generally, how we think about niches is more of that you go after a wide range of business owners. And then as you start getting clients, then you start honing in on exactly who your niche is. Because up until that point, if you've never done any work and you're just saying, I just want to work with restaurants, often that happens, most people spend like, 6 months trying to get the first restaurant client. They turn down a bunch of other people who potentially could have been their clients. And then as soon as they get their first restaurant client, they're like, I hate restaurants and it's just another 6 months to go find your next niche, and it just takes too long. Okay, instead just like go in a certain direction based on maybe like three or four different niches that you can potentially like. Go after all four of them at the same time. Whichever one you start getting clients for, if you start liking it, then you're going to be able to just make that your main niche over time. Um, Next, like who are the core industries you like working with? Okay, where are your target markets located? Do you like people who are local? Do you like people who are across the country? Do you like people who are like in the South? Do you like people who are only in the Midwest? Who do you like? Where are they located? Next, do you only want to work with people who are like in your city, your county, your state, your country, your parish, etc.? Okay, so really just start knowing these things. And then once you know this, you're ready to start going and hunting. So for example, for me, I like three main methods of attack. I like the referral path, connection path, comment section path. Okay. There's a lot more different ways you can utilize LinkedIn. It's just these are like the easiest ones to go and get clients to get to like that 10K per month mark. Because keep in mind, like to get to 10 grand a month or 15 grand a month or 20 grand a month, you don't really need that much. You just need to be very precise. You just need to start building those initial skill sets to go and identify who is the right person. So easiest one is referral path. So pros and cons. For each of these three methods, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. So it's easy to get clients over the long term because one referral partner can give you about $5,000 to $10,000 per month in new clients. I'm actually writing a book that's about to be finished. Probably it's finished. It's just being formatted right now about how to actually go and get referral partners. I'm actually going to start posting that like inside of like my description, so you can go and purchase that book. I'm gonna give a discount. So rather than being like a $12 book or a $13 book, I'm gonna make it $4.99 to make it as accessible to everybody as possible. So it's going to be talking a lot more in deep depth about that. Now, the cons, okay? So the cons of referral partners that most referral partners are going to give you about $0 in the first 6 months. That's not true for all of them. And like if you know how to go and find the best referral partner, that's good. I'm just assuming that if you're watching this video and you're trying on your own, like you have not really built the skill set of identifying who are the right partners yet. Right. So if you're going at this alone, you can probably eventually figure it out. You might get lucky and like get your first like really good partner. I mean, but that's kind of why people join like mentorship programs. So you get stuff faster, right? Because the YouTube channel is great. It gives you everything you need to go and grow your business, just about speed. Some people, don't mind waiting 2 years to go and get like their first like client, right? And they want to do it on their own. Whereas some people want to get like tomorrow. So it just depends on you and what your goals are. So I like the referral path when you have some clients and money isn't as big of an issue. This is the most powerful long term because you can create an army of people who are hunting for you. We call this the referral force process. Okay, now this path is the easiest and hardest because you're only looking for about 5 to 10 good referral partners. And then here are some examples of like some good referral partners, like financial advisors, consultants, web design firms, bookkeepers, CPAs, bankers, commercial real estate agents, etc. Okay, now go connect with individuals and ask to speak about becoming referral partners. Now, most are going to say no, or most are going to leave you on red, or they're going to no reply. That's okay. Okay, remember, we're looking for 5 and over the span of a year to really connect with you. Okay, so the right ones are going to say yes. And once they say yes, it's very easy for you to have that conversation. Now we have other videos. Even that book that I was talking about is going to have like a lot of scripts for what you should say to them on the actual call, but instead of just keeping it like what to do on LinkedIn. If you want to know exactly what to say, just book a call with me. We can talk about getting you inside the mentorship program, and we just give you all those scripts for free once you're inside the mentorship program. So go connect. Next, we're going to be talking about the connection path. Okay, so the pros of the connection path is you control who you connect with. Now, LinkedIn gives you extremely detailed information on the person's company, and this info includes employee account. It shows like who is the right person at the company. Like if you're going after a really large company, you might not going to be able to speak to the owner because it's a CEO, not an owner anymore, right? The owner's retired. Some cases you might have to go speak to the CFO to go see about becoming the bookkeeper. You might show they have like a CPA that's on staff, right? There's all these different things that LinkedIn gives you to let you understand like about the company you're going to go talk to. Like it's also really good to see if they already have someone in-house that does exactly what you do, right? So you can avoid those companies unless you really want to like go after and you have really good sales skills. Now the cons, okay, this takes work. That's the only con with this. Just takes work. If you're allergic to work, you're probably not going to really do that great in business. But if you're watching this video and you're watching it this far, I have a feeling you understand that you have to put some work in to go and get what you want in life. So the first is finding the leads. Now, to find leads to connect with, you should go to Google. Now, you can make a search for businesses using the exercise you did above, where you get clear on who you're going after. Now, when you run the search on Google, you'll see thousands, even millions of websites coming up. Then next, you go to the website about page and find out who is the owner. Then you can go on LinkedIn and find them up. Now you can do that using LinkedIn. It's just with LinkedIn, if you have the free version of LinkedIn, it only lets you do about like 40 searches a month, which is generally not that many. First, you go Google first, and then you actually go to the person's very specific LinkedIn page, and then you go to like their company page and it shows who the owner is. Then you can actually move a lot faster. You can go search up way more. Okay. Now, once you do this, you can go send a LinkedIn connection request. We have other videos on this channel that shows like how to make a good connection request. So you can go watch one of those videos if you have questions on how to do that. Next, once they accept your connection request, you can start messaging and creating a relationship with them. Now, the key here is to learn to build relationships without directly pitching your offer. Now, where most people go wrong and get this wrong is that they go on social media and like immediately pitch. They say something like, do you want me to do blank for you? Do you want me to do your accounting? Do you want me to do your bookkeeping? Well, not like immediately. They're like, do you want me to basically X for you? And then you give me money. It's not really good because like the longer the business owner has been around, the more they get bombarded from people just like this, right? Your message doesn't just stand out. Now it doesn't have to stand out in a way where you're like, doing a bunch of things and jumping through a million hoops. You just have to come from a slightly different angle and build the relationship deeper first before you start going and then like asking, for them to pay you money. Okay. Now, instead, you need to learn how to start these conversations, okay? Because again, they're getting bombarded by hundreds of people who are like trying to pitch them. Like for me, for example, if you ever look at my inbox, my what is this network? I have 78 people. That's like not even counting people that I like deleted or ignored or clicked ignore their friend request. All trying to sell me something. Or an outsourced remote talent thing, CEO at franchising, secret sales director. Like all the people are like just like asking for stuff, right? And they're trying to sell you on something. And it just yeah, it's like a lot. So you have to be able to just really differentiate yourself and come at it from like a slightly different angle. Okay, so once you know how to like start these conversations, which is the better angle, it's easy for you to start discussing like things like common interests. And then they ask you more about what you do and how you can help them. And then they ask you to actually pitch the service, right? Because they have an understanding of what you do, right? It's just a matter of like, do they trust you enough to do it? Like a lot of people that you come in contact with actually need accounting or bookkeeping, but since it's number one discretionary, they feel like they can do without it for a little while, right? Or they feel like, they just need to trust you a little bit more and they don't actually ask until they trust you more. It's like, hey, I actually need the service. I've needed it for a little while. I shouldn't know really who to trust, right? So it just makes it very, very easy because then you can start going and you can start just building a relationship. And then they're going to ask you, like, what do you do and how can you help them? Then from there, you just invite the phone call and go through your consultation call script. We have videos on this channel that show you how to actually do a consultation, like what are the different paths. You can give like a short 15-minute script. If you don't know where to find that, you can like search on the YouTube channel, or you can just like book a call, join the mentorship program. We just give it to you without you having to go search for it. So next is the comment path. Okay. So some pros. This is super, super easy to start. And it's easy to get a huge amount of connections who actually like you. It's also an easy way to start the convo because you already spoke in the comment section before. Now, a lot of business owners are also commenting on social media posts, so you'll never run out of people to speak to. Okay, so that's a good thing is about this commenting path. The cons, the bad things is it takes practice with getting good at comments, right? It is a skill set learning how to build a friendship by hijacking someone else's post and then interacting with people who are commenting. And it's harder to do when when you start getting busy with client work. Like that's one reason, like some people ask, like, they'll still be like posting stuff inside of like Facebook groups, and they'll be like, why do you never like interact with the comments? Or, like, why do you never like engage with people? Why do you not like come inside of these Facebook groups and just like make friends? Like I don't have time for that, dude. We're running multiple businesses. We're on calls all day. We are, helping, coaching people. I don't have time to do all that stuff. So it does get a lot harder to maintain that as your, business starts getting busier and busier. And it's also hard to know about the business owner or the business of the person you're interacting with. So what you can do is you can like go click on their profile before you comment, but that can take a lot of time. So it can actually have a lot of wasted energy, especially if you're not talking to the right people. So it's like it is the best, it's the easiest to start, and it's like the highest volume, and it can lead you to the most amount of money, yes. But it does take a lot of practice in order to get like the most efficient at it. Now it's easiest if you're shooting for clients that have like the immediate time, do not have like a lot of clients. So if you're just getting started, like this is probably the best method. But generally the first one you're going to stop when our client volume goes up, and just Again, it's the most time intensive activity. But finally, go search hashtags of prominent business leaders in like your space, right? Let's say you want to go after like let's say you want to go sell to like coaches, right? Go after Tony Robbins. You're gonna see all these different coaches like commenting on his post, right? Makes it very easy. They've already identified themselves. And then from there, you're gonna start making like a list of like which influencer or hashtag has been the easiest ones to interact with and get clients on. And then you can actually focus your attention on those new pages or comment sections. And then you just keep doing this until you fill up. You just keep doing it, keep going, keep filling up, and just keep moving like that. And then once you've interacted with a comment, go and send them a connection request. That means once they've you're on a post, someone's like made a really insightful comment, and you go and reply to it, you guys are going back and forth, and just send them the connection request. And then once you've done that, continue the conversation in Messenger. Okay. Now you do the activities we spoke about in the connection phase above, right? So basically, this is like it's actually augmenting your path number two, which is the connection path. Because everything before the connection is like all is the common thing. Once you've gone and you've actually gotten them to accept your connection request, now it's the same as the other one. So it just makes it very easy and very simple from there. You just got to know exactly what to say, keep it very conversational, and then they'll invite you to a call when they are ready. So hopefully this video has helped you and has kind of opened your eyes to like what LinkedIn is actually like. And give you a couple templates of exactly like who to go and model your profile after. Talk about different paths. Yeah. So you actually should have a really good amount of information. If you go and combine this video with other videos on like LinkedIn on the channel and on sales, you should be able to go and get some pretty good results. Now, if you want help growing your income so you can live a life of freedom without having to go through like a lot of these struggles, that cause most people to fail both in their business and they end up having to stay in corporate America a lot longer than what they have to, or maybe they don't have a job right now because they're in between industries, or maybe they're from the mortgage industry, and it's just like just right now things are not really good in that industry. If you're having a lot of trouble and you really want to go and make a lot of money, you want to go and get your goal income and your goal lifestyle as soon as possible, then keep the link out there above and below the video to book a call with me to see how I can help you. Now, again, some people wait to do this. They're very, very passionate about starting the business, and they end up like running out of steam, right? Because they don't take the action, they don't book a call, they just try to figure this stuff on their own. They run out of steam and they end up living in the same spot for years, which all they have to do is just reach out, book a call, get help, and finally get the life they want. So that's you. I'll see you on the call. And also, like, if money's a little bit tight right now, we do have different payment partners that can help you get funded, so you can get your foot in the door, start the program, and get off to the races. I mean, a couple different partners, but you have to make sure you qualify. And the main qualification they have is that you have at least a 650 credit score. Like if you don't have a 650 credit score, then in a lot of cases, like it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to get approved for those partners. But if you do, and maybe you're just in a weird cash flow crunch or whatever, they can help you out. So I will talk to you soon, and I will see you on the call. If you're not ready for the call, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.